back to Good Day. He drove the cash cab, moved on to money grab in the cab. Before all of that, he plied his trade on Mad TV, Star Search, other TV specials, and tomorrow he's here in Toledo. Six-time daytime Emmy Award winner Ben Bailey joins us on Good Day this morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Hey, of course. Thanks for having me. How's it going?
Doing well. You know, I think everybody at one point or another has just put Cash Cab on and just let it roll for hours at a time, probably. You know, that's the first time we ever binged anything, I think. Talk a little bit about some of the projects that you've done in the past and how that all, you know, goes into your stand-up.
Well, it's funny, the ones you mentioned, that money grab in the cab, that was actually a charity thing that we did. It was kind of like a play on Cash Cab, where I actually surprised farmers in their farming equipment, in their tractors or their combines or whatever. And we played and raised money for the local Future Farmers chapter.
So you've done a lot of good stuff.
Well, that was good. Yeah, that was fun. It's just funny that that's on my my list of credits somehow. But I kind of forgot the question.
You know, how does that all go into your stand-up?
Cash Cab is something I'll talk about a little bit during my stand-up. The other TV stuff and, you know, movies and whatever, I don't really talk about that much. My stand-up is kind of whatever strikes me as funny, you know, like I don't do a lot of Cash Cab material anymore, but I do some, and I tell a couple of stories from the show because I know that's what people want when they come out to see me. But mostly it's about observational stuff, you know, funny stuff, just weird little things that strike me as funny, you know, nothing political, just fun, silly, relatively clean. I like to swear. I feel like I've earned the right to swear, and I'm going to exercise that right, but you know, it's not a like really dirty show or anything like that.
You know, you're allowed to swear because it's a 21 and up show here in Toledo, and you'll be at the Funny, so you're good to go at the Funny Bone. Okay. You know, what is it these days that's making you laugh?
The most recent stuff I've written about, for some reason I always end up writing about birds to some degree. I have no idea why, but it seems to happen. My newest and favorite bit that I'm working on and performing right now is about flying around, you know, traveling around to do this job. And just what a silly and crazy kind of realm that is to exist in. Just in and out of airports all the time, you know.
I'm sure you're seeing all kinds of stuff in those airports. You know, what is your travel schedule like? I mean, you'll be in Toledo here, but I imagine you're kind of all over the place, huh?
I'm kind of all over, yeah. I don't go out for long stints at a time. I go out and do like 4-night runs, and then I come home and then go back out again. So I'm not like on the road all the time, but I'm out every week or every other week for 4 or 5 nights.
What is it like to do stand-up? You know, you did Cash Cab, you did the TV shows before. You know, what do you like about stand-up?
Well, actually, stand-up is where it all started for me. I've been doing stand-up since 1993. So, yeah, 30 years I've been doing stand-up. I did Cash Cab for about 15 of it. And stand-up, like I said, is where it all kind of began for me. It's where I'm most comfortable. It's the thing I'm the best at in anything I've ever done in my life. And I stumbled into it, got a job answering the phones at the Comedy Store out in LA just randomly. And I was watching, you know, some comics and thinking, you know, maybe I should give this a shot. And then I was telling the story of how I ended up in LA in the green room, because that's where my desk was at the time. And this guy thought I was a comedian and offered me a spot on a show. He said, "How long have you been doing stand-up?" And I was like, I just started. And so then I did my first stand-up show there, and I got a laugh with the first thing I said. And I just honestly knew right that moment, that's what I'm going to do. This is going to be my life. I'm going to be a comedian.
You're off to the races. That's awesome. Well, I hope that when you're here in Toledo, that we give you good material that you're able to take with you on to your next cities and so on and so forth.
I'm sure there'll be something. I look for that. Early on in my career, another comic told me that it's good to open with something local, to sort of, you know, include the crowd and get everybody sort of feeling involved. And I thought, all right, that's kind of a good tip. And so I've made a game of looking for something to write about whenever I get to a new place. And believe it or not, after all these years in all 50 states and like a lot of different countries around the world that I've performed in, I've never done a show in Toledo. So tomorrow night will be my first show in Toledo. I'm hoping to find something good to work in for my local opening bit. We'll see.
We've got some good stuff. You'll have to visit Tony Pacco's. You might want to go by the Mud Hens, we're the Glass City. I'm sure you'll find something, but we're happy to have you here in the area. And thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it.
Oh, you bet. Thanks for yours. Still some tickets, guys. I'll see you tomorrow night at the Funny Bone.
At the Funny Bone. Very good. Thanks for joining us today. And